Just getting us up on YouTube. Alright, alright, alright. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Discord again. And good morning, stock market. We are opening right under that key level. Let's see if we hold it, if we can break and hold it, or if we stay below it. If we break this 15-minute today, I could see us heading down to this 4-hour around 43.64, 43.65. That'd give us about a 20-point move lower. Let's see. But if we stay in this range, what's great with supply and demand too, guys, is even though right now, obviously, this demand zone's not holding up, we're not getting any good trades right here from it, we could enter here with a stop at the break, right? But what supply and demand does as well is it tells us when we're in a tight range, right? So if this demand's weak and we're sort of ranging and we don't know which direction we're going in, we know we're in this zone of liquidity and we know it could chop around a bit. We don't want to be caught up in that chop. That's why also one of my favorite trade setups is to wait for it to break the demand, come back and retest it, and then take it long, because that's creating the higher low on top of showing strength out of demand. See, if we went long there, we would have went up for a sec, thought we were in a great trade, and then it dumped. See, that wasn't it. I like that we opened below that key level, sort of gives me bearish confluence for today. A bearish, what's the word I'm looking for? Bias. Sorry, drawing a blank today. Friday, guys, long week. We are at an area of interest on NQ, which is the NASDAQ, which is QQQ for anybody trading options. So let's keep an eye out for that. YouTube, guys, I just want to make sure. Could you guys hear me? Could you guys hear everybody all right? All right, we're coming near the bottom of this demand zone. Oh, YouTube, please tell me. Yes, okay, cool, very cool. Welcome, hello, by the way. Hello and welcome to the YouTube. This is our live. We go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, see, NQ's holding that area of interest. This is why I trade the NASDAQ with ES. Now, when I say I trade the NASDAQ, I don't take trades on the NASDAQ. I chart the NASDAQ. I chart the NASDAQ so I know when I should and shouldn't be taking trades on ES. Now, we're coming to the bottom of this demand zone, which tells me, sure, we're weak, we're breaking through this demand, but we're also near this area of interest on the NASDAQ while creating higher lows, right? So this was a lower low. This is now a higher low. This is a lower low on ES. That's a little bit of divergence, just about 15-minute divergence. Nothing crazy. So look at that. We wicked the bottom of this demand, but we didn't break it yet, which still means it's still valid. So we have to be careful around these levels. Pre-market alerts don't work on TOS? No way. Hold up. Wait. I thought it was when you set an alert. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do it on this screen, because if it pulls up my phone number, I'd rather that not be on YouTube right now. But Cliff, remind me around 11, and I'll definitely check for you. Set them and they don't work. What, you tried them on Spy, or did you try them on what's it called? Spy, or did you try them on ES as well? Because I know ES works sometimes. Oh, now you got me questioning it. All right, let's check out on some equities, guys. See if we got any equities lining up. We have another higher low on the video right here, right? So this day, Wednesday, higher low. Thursday opened higher low. And now Friday's open higher low. But we could see if we break structure and go lower, would definitely give us to this target 41871 over here. Let's see, that's a 30-minute demand zone. Remember, this 15 is no longer valid because we've broken it.
Yeah, that 15 was the duplicate one, wasn't it?
The 15 was the dupe. What do you mean?
There were two overlapping.
On the
Oh, wait a
video?
minute. Wait. Oh, you're on the video. Ignore me.
Yeah. Wait, are the two overlapping on ES as well? I'll take a look at that. Alright, see that? Look at that. Look at that. That's divergence. On top of us being at the bottom of the demand zone, you got to remember some retail traders who are unaware of how these demand zones are formed. We're seeing the sell-off and just saying, well, we're going to continue. They were chasing shorts over here, breaking lows, unaware of the NASDAQ holding that area of interest and creating higher lows. That was pretty clean, guys. That was pretty clean. Let's see. See if we hold it, though. We have to see if we hold it. See if that liquidity grab was legit.
Quick question about that, right? If the liquidity
Yes.
gap blows through the area of interest, that means it's used it up. If it stays in there and doesn't break out the other side, that's a liquidity grab. If it breaks out the other side, what does it become then? It's not a liquidity grab, it's just going down, yeah?
You mean like if it did a fake out right here, came up, and then it still came back down?
Yeah.
It's still, in a sense, a liquidity grab. So when you hear liquidity grab, you got to think the definition is just tricking people in the market to take orders one direction or another. So it's almost like a breakout of highs or a breakout of lows is a liquidity grab if it fails. You get what I'm saying? So if you see this drop right here, there's no liquidity grab here. There's a wick here, that's not a liquidity grab. Over here, there's a wick here, not a liquidity grab. This is not a double bottom because it didn't confirm it went lower.
It's got to be catching the falling knife, hasn't it, to be a liquidity grab?
Yeah, it's gotta have a fast reaction like this, because you gotta think if you were short here and you were like, all right, I'll put my stop right here, and then it just exploded past you, you're gonna be so scared. You're gonna be taking calls. You're gonna be switching your position. You're gonna be going the other way, filling your order, getting out of your shorts. And that was the liquidity grab is to get you into a short and then to buy right back, because what that's doing is that's filling the institution's orders.
Yeah, but when you've got the zone, the liquidity zone set out, like you've got a grey area there, I'm talking green area.
Yeah.
If it breaks through the green area, that means the liquidity zone has been used up, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, if it breaks through the bottom of the demand zone, then yes, the demand zone is beat up. The demand zone is no more. Because the whole point of the demand zone being there is because the liquidity is in here. So if it goes all the way to the bottom, that means we were able to break every volume shelf on the way down.
Is that a bullish indicator?
Well, if we're going down, then no.
Sorry, a bearish indicator for going down. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it shows that there's weakness in this demand zone, that the bears were able to sustain value. Bears were able to push us lower, push us through this volume shelf of buying power. Oh, guys, by the way, while I have you guys here, this week's webinar tomorrow is going to be on options and just like the basics of options, how to trade them, what the Greeks do, delta, bid ask, spreads, stuff like that. It's going to be a good one. Very good. A beginner level webinar for you guys, for new people who are new to options, so that'll be good. So Gotcha. Something I'm looking at here is now NASDAQ created a lower high, right? After failing this area of interest, while ES was also still weak. So I would think that this could also be a grab, because look, people who went short here, who put their stops at the top of this green candle, just got wicked out, just got stopped out, and now what happened? We continued in the direction that we were going in. So that would be a proper liquidity grab. It's a stop hunt. Liquidity grabs are stop hunts. You gotta think of it like that. So that was definitely a good one, because look at that, we wicked it around 43.92, then came all the way down 5 points, a 5-point drop from there really quick. So let's see though. If the NASDAQ shows strength from here, we get a 5-minute rally, base rally. And this is the 15-minute on ES right now, so let's see. Yeah, I'm liking the divergence, guys. Divergence tells me we might go higher. So if I were to enter a trade, I'd probably look for some type of long here, around like right over where we're at. Put our stop at the lows. Make sure if you do enter a trade, guys, that it's something that you're okay with losing. You can never, ever, ever enter a trade if you're not okay with a loss on it. When you enter a trade, you have to accept it as a loss almost immediately. Because Because if you're able to do that, then that means you're not too heavy in size on the trade. So on the pullbacks would be great entries for longs, because then once we do push back higher, we're able to really capitalize on the move and really have a comfortable stop loss on it. So let's take a look at this. We have a rally. Let's see if we base and have another rally on the 5 minute on ES. NASDAQ sort of weak on that 5 minutes. I'm not too sure on that. Again, also NASDAQ creating that lower high right there. So if we break this high right here, that'd be a lot. We'd need a lot of strength to go higher there. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to hold right here on NASDAQ and to go higher on ES. We had long entries right over here around 43.88, 43.89. So we are good right now. Let's keep an eye on that, guys. Anybody got any questions, any chart suggestions? You let me know. Want to see equities? Let me know. Let's see. It's always good to keep an eye on equities, guys, because equities move the market. So if equities are weak, you can assume that the market is weak as well. Alright, yeah, you see Tesla's leading the way down. It's got 255 to 8 key level target. If we close somewhat over here, that would be a nice trade. Look for a basing after this and then another drop. Does look like equities are weak, guys, so I'd be careful. Let's see. Alright, ES still pushing up from our entry, our prior entry. Got to keep an eye on the time and sales too. Keep an eye on the ask and the bid. Pretty slow. If you guys want, I could always pull a book map too if you guys want to see the order flow, if you guys are interested in that.
That's something we're gonna have to learn.
Yeah, I know. Bookmap is a complicated tool. It's complicated till you figure it out, and then it's like, oh, that's it. Because it's really just like those bubbles. And if you do want to get in depth with it, the orders on the right side are like a stronger time in sales and stuff like that. And it does show you where there are strong passive orders. Like if there's a volume shelf, it'll show you that volume shelf on there. Let's do ES.
What platform were those bubbles on as well, Kevin?
This is Thinkorswim as well. Nothing beats a white box. There we go. So like right here, this orange level is a lot of passive orders sitting here at the bid. 177 orders at 4385, and that's what's cool with Bookmap, is that you could see these orders. And if you guys do use Thinkorswim, you could call their help desk and ask for the Bookmap free trial, and it's a trial that doesn't end. So you could use Bookmap and it gives you ES, and I believe Microsoft and Apple, the last time I told someone about this, they said they only got ES from it, but that's still pretty valuable, especially because ES is SPY. So that's what we're looking at here.
Hold on, let me write that down, Kevin. What was that free trial that doesn't end with Thinkorswim? Was it Bookmap?
Bookmap.
MATH or MAP?
What was that?
Bookmap, as in MAP.
Yes.
Thank you.
For sure. There's SVP is session volume profile. So that's how much volume was at these levels during this price session. There's current order book. That again will show you these orders. But me, I just like my charts. Definitely be careful playing longs due to the fact that equities are weak. Let's see. Let me pull that down a little bit. Alright. Could you guys still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Hey, check out Meta. Looks like it gave us, as long as that 1 hour wasn't broken before. No, it wasn't. Look at that 1 hour, guys. Gave us a trade here. Gave us another trade yesterday. Came right into it. We closed in it. If that was a swing trade on some puts, we'd be $5-6 closer in the money on those meta puts. That would have been a nice trade. Nice little swing trade. Would have been able to get out of that now, really. I mean, be done with it at 9:45. Be done trading for the day. Let's see what those puts did. Here we go. These were at 22, right? If you want to risk just $22. And they hit highs of about 116, 120. That's about what? 400%? 500%? Big moves, big percent moves, guys. That's what's great with options. I know I always talk down about options because I feel like futures are better because when you're in choppy markets like this, it doesn't matter because futures, if you enter here, that's the entry price that you got. Whereas if you get options, it goes up and then it starts choppy and going down against you. The value that you bought here will be as if you bought like up here, which means the option value went less. So now instead of being break even though that's where your entry was, you're now red on the trade. Let me see if let me see. Let me grab some calls on this. And we'll look at 280 calls. Right? So like look, let's say you got the bottom, right? You got near the bottom, you bought right here about 280, so you bought right here about 256 and it comes up, you're doing great. It's up to 320, comes back down. Well, now it comes back down to lows of 238. So your entry was 256. Now it has lows of 238, even though it didn't even break below where you entered on the chart. So it's like, in my eyes, that's like sort of, I don't want to say aggravating, but like that gets to me. If I'm trading, I want to be trading price action. I don't want to be trading based off of like, oh, well, is the option decay going to beat me up a little bit if we pull back? Obviously the trade did work out much better, right? It came back up to about like 360, which would have been about 100 point or more gain from our entry. We ended up having another big rally during the day. End of day. EOD, end of day, guys. Right? Option came down to about 207, went back up to 538, over 100% gainer. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's head back to futures. What's our ES doing? Still in a range. That's crap. That's no good, guys. No good, no good. Don't trade the range. Look for a equity setup if that's the case. Oh, look at that, guys. Tesla, key level. That target, 255.28, came right to it. Didn't touch it, but it's near it. It's close enough. Key levels, remember, won't always touch exactly. If we got puts on Tesla before, let's see. We'll do the 255 put on Tesla. If we entered anywhere 107, 115, it's at 247 already, guys. That's some good stuff. That was a nice move. Tesla, guys, the ATR on Tesla is so good. I mean, I'm really considering starting an options account to do with you guys, just to trade like things like Tesla and Nvidia on these volatile days. Even Meta has good ATR, guys. ATR, average true range. If you're an options trader, you have to be aware of ATR. Oh, boom, Tesla hitting that key level. Target hit. That's crazy, guys. Crazy, so crazy. It's crazy, but it's not crazy. This is just how the market moves. Look at this contract over here, guys. Flying. 280, it just hit. 288, 290. Like, that's just what Tesla does. It moves like crazy. And once it gets moving in your direction, as we saw with this contract, was about 106, 103, 107. Hit highs of 300. Oh, no, highs of 293, guys. But if you got filled around 110, You're looking at over 100% gainer. That's nice. It is Friday, however, so remember that because it is a 0 day on options for these for the weeklies for equities. And you could really use that to your advantage too, because you could get some further out of the money contracts like this one and get those 100% gainers, 200% gainers and such. Like we might even continue on Tesla, guys. I don't know, but damn.
Kevin, I've got my demand zone being ever so slightly broken on my 3 hour chart on ES. What have you got yours to show?
I'm only in a 15-minute demand zone right now on ES. I'll look for the 3 hour.
Oh,
Uh
it was
oh,
4 hour Thinkorswim.
oh, gotcha. Right, that one. Uh no, I'm not seeing a 4 hour either. I think it would have been the 3 hour, cause that sort of does give a basing. Right, where is it? Yeah, sort of like right here. Not really seeing it, but if it broke your zone, then just be aware of it. Especially if it newly broke your zone, be aware of it because it might wick.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
For sure, for sure. Alright, those contracts definitely hit highs of 310, so yeah, nice move. Thank you, Tesla. Tesla just showing its strength. Nvidia also, guys, had a nice big drop. Let's see if Nvidia dropped from anywhere. Anywhere we could have caught. I guess this 15-minute would have been a strong key level, key area of resistance or support. So that would have been a good entry for shorts. Oh, Teslas, keep going. Damn, look at that contract, guys. Damn, that's moving. That's something. 345. All right, well, it's now 200% on that contract. Days like this make me wish I was still trading options. But it's also tough for me to trade and talk at the same time, so I'd rather just stream for you guys. And if anybody here catches the trades, kudos and awesome. And I'll take like 5%. No, I'm just kidding. But but it's good stuff, guys. It's good stuff to learn. Options are a great trading tool, especially if you could catch some moves on equities. You have to be careful if you're trading SPY or QQQ with options because they have 0 days every single day of the week, and that could get dangerous because not every day is a trend day. In fact, most days could be choppy, so that's where it could get bad. Like if we were trading in this mess right here, in options on SPY or QQQ, that I can guarantee you it wouldn't have gone well. Look at these wicks. This is just ugly price action. Whereas futures, you could have even maybe gotten in and let it wick around a little bit because futures don't have the Greeks going against you and theta and stuff like that. But again, this is just bad price action in general. So let's pull back. Where we at? See how we keep coming down to lows and we keep having big impulse moves higher. We keep trapping those sellers. Buyers are very active in this market right now, but can they hold it is the question. Gotta think, where's retail putting their stops? Retail's putting their stops at the previous candle's highs, right? So boom, retail just got wicked out right here on this high, on this pump up. So what's gonna happen next? Are we gonna wick through it and maybe hit this high as well to wick those out too? I don't know, let's see. Not much divergence anymore, guys, because now we are creating lower lows on the NASDAQ. ES, however, barely holding up. I wouldn't call this divergence because now it is pretty clean. Let's see. I do have to should post a chart. Let's post some equities. I want to show you guys what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So you guys get a feel of like how my brain works when I'm looking at charts and how my brain works even when I'm just posting charts to social media for you guys. So with key levels, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Look at this 266.35 and this 255.28 and this demand zone, which was, look, a 4-hour supply, which turned into demand. These levels gave me my ranges. Did they work perfectly? No. Did they give me entries? Yes. Gave me some entries over here to go long. Gave me some entries over here to go long. Right? And again, when we're day trading, we're looking for those impulse moves. We scalp. When I day trade options, I'm scalping. I'm rarely swing trading unless we're in a strong demand zone, like a 3-hour, 4-hour, or higher. So we held this. This was the bottom of our range. We would buy down here. We would sell up here. You know, that alone is an $11 move. If you were swing trading, remember swing trading, this would have only been 3 days. And if you're swing trading, you're not looking at this 15-minute. But you still are using key levels to know I'm buying at key level 1 and selling at key level 2. We did break it. You see how we opened down here? This is why I don't swing trade. Because this could have been a tough drop, but all in all, I would have seen we would have been holding up these lows and we would have had this move higher. And you see how VWAP is also hugging this key level? That's a strong level volume-wise as well. So we go higher, we hold up, we're in the middle. Now, what was resistance is now support. Then it comes back down and again is resistance. Came near it again. Now it would have been more around 264 as that key level. But me personally, I don't want too many key levels on my chart because then it gets a little messy. And then we came back down to this key level. So if we came up with a trade plan today and said, well, we failed up here, we opened right here, we failed to hold higher, I'm going to short right here and target key level, and maybe even not even exit my trade there. Maybe I'll let it ride if the market shows strength, right? And the market did show strength. We closed so strong right here, so I would have waited for another little impulse and maybe exit on some strength. Got to remember to exit with strength on equities and especially with options. All right, let me do. Alright, just gonna throw this up real quick to our social medias. Guys, don't forget to follow those on YouTube. We are on Bullishbrs on Facebook, Bullishbrs on YouTube, obviously. Twitter is BullishBRS, and Facebook and Instagram.
I got you on Insta. What's Bullishbrs? Is it just Bullishbrs?
Yeah, are you V? Are you the one who's... I was
Yeah.
like, who is this?
Yeah, that's me. I keep a low profile.
Bullishbrs is just Bullishbrs.
Just come.
Alright, so key levels on Tesla. And with key levels, guys, it gives you these trade opportunities. It gives you these ideas, these areas. Look how well that one works right there. Again, price was like a magnet to this area, to this range right here. So when we opened down here, like a magnet, we went right up to it and we stayed in it, right? We stayed in it. Range, broke the range. I would have wanted a retest of the range and a move higher. It failed to move higher on this candle, so I would not have taken it long here. I would have waited for it to come back lower. Then you see how we held the middle of the range momentarily, came back up. Now that's the retest to go lower, right? So we came down lower. We were expecting a retest to go higher. It didn't happen. So what happens? We change our trade plan, and we make our trade plan to wait for the retest higher before going lower, right? That's what's great with the market is we're able to change our trade plans. We're able to change the plans because the plans haven't happened yet. They're just plans. They're predetermined trade plans. And you really need those because they'll keep you out of some bad trades. All right, let's see. And we post some charts and stuff every day on our social media, guys, for free. And don't forget, we got that webinar tomorrow. I'm just announcing to the YouTube people. I know Discord, you guys are aware of it, but tomorrow we do have the webinar at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be going over how options work. Let's take a look at Tesla real quick, guys. Look at that. Coming right back up, closed above that key level. Let's see if we want to stay in that range now if we come back up in reverse. Market's been pretty weak though, so would definitely need some type of turnaround. Oh, look at that. Remember I was mentioning before, I wonder if we're going to break these wicks to stop them out. Look what happened. We broke these wicks, we made higher highs, and we wicked down. That's another great thing, guys, and I've been mentioning and seeing this a lot lately. Is we'll get these wicks, these fake out highs and these fake out lows so often in ranging markets, and that's really where the traps are. So instead of taking the shorts on the breaks, take a look, see what the trend is. Are we trending where we break the previous wicks and wick lower again? Well, then I'm going to wait for us to break higher, and while people are chasing higher, I'm going to be the smart one, and I'm going to chase lower, because now I'm able to capture this 5-point move real quick in this tiny little range that barely anybody's getting anything. And that's where you could really restructure yourself, right? So we have to adjust to the market. Sometimes it's swing trading and we look for a break and a retest and a push higher. Sometimes we get market context just like this wick stuff and we say, well, it's wicking higher, having impulse moves lower. It's wicking lower, having impulse moves higher. I'm going to wait for one of those wicks and enter up there with a really tight stop. That way you could capitalize on a good risk reward along with a higher probability trade because now you're going with what the market is telling you. Bum, bum. Y'all, I'm hungry lately. I don't know what it is. Usually in mornings I can't eat. Alright, we came back to that key level on Tesla. We're failing it now. That option's looking nice.
That protein in you in the morning.
Bro, that's facts. Yo, what's up, Ricardo?
Morning.
So you got your push to talk to work? You're trying to blame me.
Yeah, finally I got it figured out. I forgot. So when you reset it for me, I just forgot to assign a key.
Yeah. Good stuff. Take any trades today? Is sort of a bit of a choppy market. Is just going over. I don't know when you joined, but just going over how we got to use market context.
I just opened up everything like 5 minutes ago, so I'm just trying to figure out my levels right now, and no, I haven't traded anything.
Got you. Yeah, this is a tough market. This is a tight, a little bit of a crappy range. I mean, he could have played the range of this demand zone, right? Could have grabbed some longs down here and got through this chop. Could have scalped it with the wick action. A lot of stuff. A lot of little trades. Nothing big today. Not yet, at least. It's still only 10. No, that short that I put up on YouTube's at like 1,500 views already. Super hype about that. Whoop whoop. Gonna make another one for you guys this weekend. Do you guys have any topic suggestions for like the videos, like the YouTube videos I make?
Say that again, Kevin. Do you want
How to use the DOM and time and sales
On TradingView?
on TradingView or anything else.
Oh, okay. YouTube videos, how to use them. YouTube people, do you guys have any questions as well? Any topic suggestions? How to use DOM? You said and time and sales?
Yes, please.
Alright, I'm probably going to do time and sales along with level 2 on their own webinar, and that one I might have to do at like a different time because obviously Saturday night the markets are closed. So if anything,
Right.
maybe I would even do that one like Sunday night or something so that we might not get crazy volume, but it's something that I could at least show.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Alright, so there's that. This week's going to be options. I gotta announce that. And then I do have to do navigating Thinkorswim, like using the chart, using the software, how to make charts, how to make layouts. I did want to save this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Somebody asked for it. I forget who. Let me share flexible grid. Futures. Kevin. Alright, that way when you guys enter this code, what you do is you click setup and you hit open shared item, and then you put that code in there. It'll pull up this grid for you and you could save it as is. So let me throw that in there. Throw that right there. Getting some volatility now. This is weird price action. Careful not to get chopped up here, guys. VIX is pushing lower, which tells me we might be trying to push higher. We didn't break this 15-minute zone, so we are still holding it. Nasdaq wicked out of its area of interest. That is an area of interest, so I wouldn't break it like I would a demand or supply zone, like I would delete a zone if it was broken. This is an area of interest, so I keep that because it's an area of interest. It's an area where price has reacted before. It's an area where price has accumulated before. So because of that, I'm expecting it to do so often. Other times. See, not just once. Here we go. Might get this push here, guys. See if we can get to the top right here. Yo, Hanedi, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Welcome to the Discord. Welcome to our community. see you too. Welcome, welcome. A lot of new people in here. That's cool. Welcome, everybody. If anybody's got any questions or chart recommendations, or you want to see something, or you want to learn something, definitely let me know. See, guys, see Tesla came to this key level, consolidated, and it's trying to push higher. VWAP starting to curve up, seeing if we're getting some strong volume coming in. What's Meta doing? Meta could potentially be a 30-minute basing if we rally and we continue to rally. So that's something to keep an eye on. But that's 30-minute, and we got about 20 minutes left in that. Let's see what Meta's doing on the 5-minute. Yeah, if it holds up, Meta might be a move, guys. Meta might be a play for some calls. It's got to show strength, and it's got to hold up, though. Would like it if the market continues as well. Oh, I've Meta there and there. Let's put it here, too. Alright, let's check the relative strength checklist, watch list, guys. Let's see what's going on. Lowest is Amazon. No. Highest is Amazon. So let's check out Amazon, see what Amazon's doing. Okay, Amazon with some interesting price action. Here we go, Meta continuing, pushing higher. Remember, guys, I liked that 30-minute on Meta right here. Look at Meta. Meta's looking good. We just want like ES and NQ to hold up as well. Oh, there's the target. If anybody was taking longs for a scalp here, the target was the top of demand. That's how we use it too, guys. Demand zone's giving us the range. We could have got short when we wicked at the, got long when we wicked at the bottom, and then targeted top over here. And inside this tiny little, not too good range, you would have been able to capitalize on it. That's pretty crazy. That's some good stuff right there. Because without supply demand, let's see, this one, you wouldn't have known where the bottom or the top of this range was. With supply demand, with demand zones, this 4384, literally to a tick, was the bottom of this demand zone. So we created then this higher low right there, would have been a good entry, and we went higher. We did go, bar-wise, candle close-wise, this was a lower low, but wick-wise, if you're looking at the wick, this is a higher low. If you're looking at the candle close, from this candle close to this candle close, this is a lower low. So there was that, and then we had the push higher, a little bit of a choppy push higher, gonna see some pullback. Check out how's our Meta doing. Let's even throw up a Meta contract on here, guys. Remember, you'd want to enter on a pullback. Let's make this Tesla. Gotta be careful on this. And remember, it's a 0 day too, so if it goes against us on a 0 day, it's going to go against us pretty fast, pretty hard. Let's see. Let's consider an entry here, right? On the pullback, because we want to enter on a pullback. So let's say we get in around 37, 36, whatever it's at now. 35, 37 is the spread. Let's say we get in at 36. 35, whatever it wants to put it at. Let's say we enter right there, right? And we have our stop at the lows of the contract. So like 26. See if we continue based off the 30. That was my trade analysis. I could also exit the trade if I'm not comfortable with it because of the price action we're seeing right now. The 30-minute has about 15 minutes left in it. We'd also check the 15, see what the 15's doing. See, the 15 sort of has me in the opposite direction. This could be a basing, and we could dump this candle. So that sort of makes me want to think, well, what happens if we go the other way? So let's see. We're coming down to VWAP, right? This options contract, if you got calls, is at 35, is at 30. It's at VWAP, we're holding. We'll see if we could hold. VWAP is always a good area of interest, good area to enter. Could have waited to enter there. Alright, look at that. We held it. Now let's check out time and sales. I want to be aware of what's going on in time and sales. Are we having strong, fast volume? Is volume dead? What's level 2 doing? Are we coming up near any strong key levels, strong heavy areas? Don't see anything that crazy. So let's see. I would still be holding the calls. I would probably wait for this 5-minute to close because we still have 3 minutes left in it. Tesla trying to push higher. Amazon, guys. Amazon with the strength. Remember, we checked the relative strength. It was green. It gave us a rally, a base, and now it's trying to rally again. But this sort of tells me Amazon's getting weak up here, and Amazon's a pretty big leader of the market. So I'd be careful now on my options contracts on Facebook. Meta, sorry. God forbid. No. They could be banging at my door.
Steady there, Kevin.
Still holding that VWAP area. I guess that would be my stop out, guys, is VWAP.
You put in a bet on Elon or what's the other?
Oh, yeah, Elon or Zuck for that, for the cage fight?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Man, I guess when you have all the money in the world, you gotta fight about it or something. You got nothing to do about it. They got nothing else to buy.
Zuckerberg is like a jiu-jitsu like master or some nonsense.
Yeah, I'd say.
So I think he's gonna give him a beating.
He's gonna.
I'm still team Musk.
He's gonna punch the gasoline into his cars. Alright, keeping an eye. Now, if you did want to short it based off the 15-minute time frame, right, now would be a good entry to take shorts. So if we entered puts, right, at 31 on Meta to sort of counter trend, right, because now these calls are closer in the money. These are now at 39 versus the 35 entry we had. Now we're getting a 31 entry on here in case we do pull back, because now these puts could cover our calls. We had good entries. We waited. Alright. Let's see, guys. Let's see. What time is it? We got 1 minute left. We got a little bit of time left in this candle. See if we get a pump. Remember, the calls were based off of the 15-minute time, 30-minute time frame, and hoping to see a basing and a rally, right? So we're anticipating the rally right here. The calls are doing good right now. 35 entry, spreads at 40, 43. Here we go. would have stopped out, would have had a tight stop on the puts, right? Because the puts were a counter trend trade. That was just to cover in case price did reverse on us. So we would have about like a $5 stop on it because we knew that the $5 stop would be okay due to this pump. Now let's see if we continue though. We have to be careful because 30-minute time frame, we still got 10 minutes left in this. This could still dump. The 15-minute also, same situation. We're up here now. We haven't broken this wick. We could still potentially reverse. I don't think so. I do think we go higher. So let's see. Nope, we broke that previous wick, but we do have to remember also what liquidity grabs are and how they stop hunt. So people who were trying to stop out here, who were short, now just stopped out. And now that might be a good area to go short versus people who are waiting there to go long. So let's see. Let's go meta. What are futures doing? Futures are looking good too. So we're going to let meta do its thing. Do you guys like it when I do like equities and like options plays like this? I know this is something sort of new for me. I've been doing it for just a few days. Not new. I'm not new to options. I mean like new to like streaming it. Before I was just doing the futures and stuff. But do you like it? Do you want me to do like these option plays and stuff too?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about options, but I know I'm gonna find it useful in the future, definitely.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're gonna know options tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Likewise.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, tomorrow's lesson's gonna be really good. It'll help get everybody in the right direction. It'll help everybody get up to date with options and stuff. And yeah, that's cool. So let's be careful for the break here, guys, on meta, right? Because we wicked it and we failed to hold it. Now everything else is looking weak too. Let's see. Yep. Options, equities looking weak, futures looking weak, NQ selling off. That would have been a great place to start hedging, get some shorts, right? Let's say we fill 27 now. But you also don't want to chase, guys. You never want to chase. Because then you end up grabbing some calls, and then you chase out, then you grab puts and chase out. And that's also, guys, why I like to scalp. Because if my entry was 35, and I even just got out at 45, that's a $10 move on a $35 contract. That's like, what, 20-something%, 30-something%? So it's those types of consistent returns that if you could get consistent enough with, then all you have to do is start compounding your trades. And then you could start, well, that'll be a $10 trade now, but when I have 10 contracts, that'll be a $100 trade. When I have 100 contracts, it'll be a $1,000 trade. So on and so on. Or even when you get closer in the money contracts, instead of it being a $10 move, you'll have a higher delta, so it'll go even further, right? It'll be a $20 move. Remember, we're also near this key level on Tesla, so this is something I'm looking for. I want us to break below, hold below these lows, like close over here, and then retest this area, like here, I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. That's not the tool I was looking for. Let's see. So right now I see this range on Tesla. Right? So I want us to close below the range and come back, retest inside the range and go lower. Or I want us to break above the range and retest it and go higher. Now let's take a look too. We have VWAP coming up, and it looks like by the time we do come above the range, VWAP's going to line up right with the top of the range, which will now give us two confirmations to go along when we retest it. It'll have a VWAP retest along with a range retest. So now I'm feeling like we're going to reverse, and this is trying to trap some shorts here, and we're going to go higher. So we'll have to see. We'll have to let it play out. Look at that big wick on ES. Look at that. This was a stop hunt at one point. It was a stop hunt again. Pedro said the same thing. He just said the same thing in the chat right now. He said the market is trying to trick shorts down here so far. We're still in the same demand from yesterday, absolutely. Absolutely. So you see, guys, my entry on those meta calls, by the way, we didn't end up going lower than the entry, and yet for a moment we wicked lower than the price, and even now price is lower than the entry was. So that's why options are sort of tough, because you really do have to catch it for the move and be in the move. Whereas futures, if you enter at 281, it's 281. Options, it's like you got to be careful, especially on these 0 days. What's the 30-minute looking like? 30 close yet? Not yet. Got 5 minutes left in the 30-minute, guys. Let's see what happens. Tesla looking ready to fail. Or is it? Remember, look at all these wicks on Tesla. So that's why I would need Tesla to close down here. I see it's dumping right now. That's great. I love that it's dumping right now. But it's not closing down here yet, so there's no confirmation. It could just be another wick for all I know. So let it go down there, let it dump, let it close, and then I'll take the retest and go lower, because that'll be the confirmation. Amazon, on the other hand, just had this engulfing on the 5 minutes, so I could see some action. I could see us continuing on Amazon. Things like Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, Meta not so much, but Tesla and Amazon really do have nice clean price action. Alright, here we go. We're dumping. We broke it. Amazon also continuing. Meta holding up VWAP. Just a choppy market, guys. Very choppy market. If you don't see a trade setup that you like, don't take it. No reason to force trades. No reason to get caught up in the chop. Or if you're trading the 30-minute on Meta, right? Let the 30-minute close. And YouTube, if you guys got any questions or chart questions, you let us know.
So do you trade like after then, Kevin? Like you do in the afternoon?
Yeah, you know what it is too? I will take trades when I'm live streaming with you guys. I just won't call them out because I feel like that adds like an extra unnecessary like stress to it. Sometimes I'll say like if I'm exiting a trade or something, like this is a good area to get out. But I try not to do the whole alerts thing because we're also the whole thing of we're not financial advisors, we're educators. We're trying
Yeah,
to
I appreciate that as well because I don't want to be relying on you
Yeah,
to tell
no.
me. I want to be relying on myself. I need to teach. I need to be taught, not to be told. You know. Thank you.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for. We want to teach you guys to be able to do this by yourselves. The whole point of trading is to be independent, and that's really great. Meta's still holding up that VWAP on the 5 minute. And yet, you see how it's holding up, still pushing green? That options contract still barely pushing green. So that's why, again, also you really need that strength with options. Got 1 minute left. Yo.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's very choppy.
What's choppy? The market?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Friday, man. We'll either get a crazy trend that makes everybody's day, or we'll just chop everywhere. But I feel like that's every day. Dude, look at that. See that? This is why I wanted it to close below. Because we were just another wick. Just another wick. Amazon, tough move. Look at that. That's oh no, I was gonna say a $2 wick, but that's like a $1.50 wick on Tesla. That's a crazy wick. Now, guys, the thing to realize too is we might have low volume right now, and when we have lower volume, the market's easier to be manipulated. And when that happens, us as retail, we're sort of forced to sit on our hands, and if we don't sit on our hands, we end up taking unnecessary losses. So if I was still in that meta call, I would probably start placing my stop somewhere around like 30, 31, 32. And I would just probably let this one ride because it does look like on the 30 we could potentially get that move if we go above and close above this key level around, what's that key level? 28195. And I'm going to look at that key level on time and sales and level 2. And I'm going to see us break that level. Alright, so we broke it. That's good. Want to see that. This options contract's finally looking nice. Let's wait. Do we want to get out into strength? Yes. Do we usually want to try to get into a trend trade? Absolutely. If you had 2 contracts, maybe even consider cutting one right here. Right around like 47. Well, now you'd be able to get 48, 49 probably because of the bid and ask spread. So let's just say we got out one contract here. And the reason you got out there is because why? Because we're in a choppy market and we got out into strength. You always want to get out into strength, especially when you're trading options, and especially when it's a choppy day like this, because there's no say and there's no real reasoning on why we should get a trend right now, right? There's no reason, zero reason. The market has no reason. It doesn't owe us anything, and it could just chop all day if it wants. It could get manipulated all day if it wants. So take the impulse moves if you could be in them. Exit into strength. That was a $15 move, $35 contract, like 30, 40%. That's cool, that's cool. And look at that. See, Tesla also came back to the top of its range. That would have been a nice scalp because why? Because we had that big wick on the bottom, and if we're trading price action, a long wick on the bottom tells me buyers just came in, swept the shorts, and then we're going to get a push higher on the next candle. Do I know if this push higher is going to hold or not? Absolutely not. Do I know for sure we're going to get a push higher? No. Are the odds higher that we'll get a push higher from a candle like this? Yes. So we could take that high probability and we could scalp that. Look at that. We broke those highs again on Meta. This is like the 3rd time we're breaking highs on Meta. No, I'm sorry. 4th, 5th. Look, we made these little highs, and these aren't even highs compared to today's high. So little higher here, rejected. High here, rejected. High here, rejected. A high here, rejected. So that's the trend on Meta. So that is why you would want to exit into strength. You always want to do what the market's doing. You want to copy the market, guys. The market moves the market. We don't move the market. We could just react to it. So if there's millions and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars being funneled into the stock market, do you think they care if we take a little piece of the pie, right? If we take a little piece? No, absolutely not. Do you think they care if we lose a little bit? Nope, absolutely not. Do they care about us at all? You guessed it, absolutely not. We are just retail traders. We are breadcrumbs to them. That's why we're just here to do our thing. We're just here to let the market do its thing, and we react to it, and we take pieces as we can. We're not making hundreds of $1 million. We're not putting in hundreds of $1 million into this. we're looking for the most part, and for most of your sake, we're looking to replace a day job, to replace some income, to be financially free. And you don't need millions and millions and millions for that. And once you do realize and accept that, then you're able to give yourself a legitimate goal in the stock market, a daily goal, and work from there. Get consistent on $10 a day. Get consistent on $20 a day. Then move it to 30, 40, 50. All you need is consistency, and then you could start compounding. That's the best part about the stock market. Getting all these rejections on highs on Meta. Tesla staying in this range. Tesla, I wouldn't be surprised if it wanted to push highs and it broke the range up here in highs and rejected and came back in the range. Like what we did down here, but the complete opposite. Take a look at what futures are doing. Futures barely making its way out. So look, right, we had a sell-off, we had a retest, right here, retest, and let's see if that's a short entry. See if we get a short entry on ES right here. Right there. With a stop at the top right here. Not financial advice. This is hypotheticals. Just in case. If this, then this. If it sold off from the top of this demand zone, failing to break it, then I'm going to look for it to retest the top of the demand zone, which this candle did, and go lower. And Q, on the other hand, is looking like it wants to push higher. And I also had that Meta play, which look at Meta now, if we had that second contract still running, that's good too. So it's definitely tough to hold a short. Oh, and it's working out so far. Listen to me talking myself out of a trade. That's working. Probably look to exit all Meta calls, to be honest, if anybody was in anything here, especially because of the rejections. Something I'd look for on NASDAQ is if we could hold this area of interest. If we hold this area of interest on NASDAQ, I would look to exit the short on ES. Alright, let's see. Meta still wants higher. Meta's like, hold up, I'll move the whole stock market. It's okay. Oh, here goes Tesla, guys. Just like I said, seeing if it could break the range and reject, do the same exact thing and hold inside this range. Right? So people who were chasing longs on Tesla, who didn't get long on this candle, chasing long over here, thinking we're breaking this range, we might reject and come back in. Meta is looking pretty good right now. Look at that. Ain't that something? This is the 285 calls. And those are counter trend trades, guys. Shorting ES while being long in something like Meta, counter trend trades. You want these things to be trending together. So NASDAQ holding that key level, I would look to maybe exit this trade. I would want to try my best to let the 5-minute close, because that's one of my trading rules. Because if I exit before the 5-minute closes, and in the last 30 seconds of the 5-minute, like we've all seen before, it just dumps like crazy, I'm going to be mad I didn't listen to my rules, and I exited that trade prematurely. Meta's still holding up. Nice pushes on Meta. Ain't that something? Look at that. 60. Contracts are at 60. The original entry was 35. Oh man, here we go, meta. Yeah, would have stopped out of ES for sure, for sure. Gotta remember, don't counter trend trade. I was long meta, don't counter trend trade. There we go, meta, good stuff. Tesla also breaking and holding, that's some good strength. Meta would need to push to 70, right? It's a 0.70 to be 100%er on that contract. Oh, we're gonna see that for sure. There it is. It's gonna push right through it. You know what though? This candle right here with the no wick is a nice candle for potential basing here. So if you didn't take calls, right, would wait for a rally right here, a basing to pull down a bit, maybe enter around here, and then another rally to follow through to hit that 1 hour supply zone. But that would also be if ES was holding above its demand zone too.
Kevin, did you catch Sig's briefing?
What was that?
Did you catch Sig's briefing this morning?
No.
Okay.
Why? What was it about? Am I in the wrong way?
No, I missed some of the stuff he says. It'd be really nice to know when I watch it again, but don't worry about it. It's not important.
Is it on YouTube? Is it recorded?
Yeah, apparently it's on YouTube somewhere, but if you don't know where it is, you're the wrong person to ask. I'll ask Jeremy again. I'm sure he. Thanks anyway.
All right, no problem. All right, let's see. We got about 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Remember, we want it to pull back a bit and then go back up. Same with Tesla. Remember, I wanted one of the original plans was to break above the range and then retest the range because the top of the range will also line up with VWAP. So let's see if we get that.
I still have a lot to learn.
Hey man, that's alright. That's what we're here for. Gotta take it one step at a time.
We all have a lot to learn.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone. What was that, Victoria?
I'm looking at the ES on the 1 minute chart, right? And I'm looking to try and determine if it's in a trend, so an upward trend. So I'm looking to see if it beats the high of 4407. Would that be a good confirmation to say it's broken its downward trend and it's reversed?
Oh.
Or is it...
You're looking at the 4407?
Yeah, so I'm on the MESU3, okay?
Yeah.
So if it breaks that, could we say it's in a reverse? Would I have to the next 4417, 4412, sorry?
Yeah.
How would you know if it's in a reversal?
So I would give it key levels. I would look at some intraday key levels. So let's see. I would plot one right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I look at this level, this was a support. And then it came back down and was support, support, support. And now we're using it as resistance. So I would wait for ES to break into this new channel, which is only about a 9-point channel. I would wait for it to break into it, retest it, and then go higher, and I would target that next pivot or swing high, which is that 4407 level you were looking at.
Got you. Okay, thanks, Kevin.
For sure. And don't forget, this demand wasn't broken yet, so it's still valid. Look at Meta. That's crazy. Spread's getting wider on Meta. There we go. Alright, those contracts hit 70, so that was 100% on Meta. That's cool. Could see a pullback here with the candle formation we're seeing on Tesla. Let's see though. Yep, let's see. So I wonder if we're gonna come down. So see this key level right here on Facebook, Meta, like right there, right? So we had a wick, it was a resistance, then it was a support, another support, then it was another resistance. Now let's see if we come back and we're supported there, right? So that's what I would look for another entry, is the pullback to support and to go long.
So I missed it. What's going on with Meta?
Oh, well, we were in. I was calling out some long positions on Meta around, it was on the 30-minute, based off the 30-minute time frame right down here. I'll show you. I was saying how the 30-minute looks like a potential basing because this is a red small body and a long wick on the bottom, so sellers were trapped. So I was looking for this green candle to close somewhat up here, but it didn't. But it did still close green. And then we ended up breaking highs, so we were trading off the 30-minute on Meta for Meta calls, and the original entry was about 35, and now they're sitting at 72. I figured I would start in like the 30 ranges for you guys. I don't know what size account anybody's using. If you guys want me to go higher, I'll go higher. I figured like 40s, 50s, 60s would be okay. Not too low, not too high. Not doing like 5-cent contracts, but not going too deep in the money where you can't really get multiple options contracts. But again, if you guys want me to go deeper in the money, could definitely do that too. Or we could of course just see what it would look like. Let's see, Meta. If we did a closer in the money contract, 82.5, and if our entry was down around 100, it hit highs of about like 180, so we wouldn't have gotten the 100% return on that, but it still would have been a good move.
And this is for expiring today, right?
Yeah, it would have been a 0-day play. Not a big fan of those, but it's what transpired. All right, look at that. Tesla ended up coming back near its range over here, so to enter longs would be valid around this zone as long as we hold. Amazon, on the other hand, is just like dumping, just dropping like a fly, dropping like it's hot. YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button. I do appreciate it. We go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday for YouTube for free, and we offer it to our members every day. So we had this range on Tesla, we had this liquidity grab out of the range, and then the push higher with now a pullback to retest before the next leg higher, maybe. Gotta see. Alright, so those options contracts pulled back right to the options contracts VWAP level, about 54 on Meta. We had this rally, a basing. Let's see if we have a rally after. But let's check out what the other time frames are doing. Yeah, 15-minute also looking good. Only thing with Meta's 15 is we might get the basing on the 15 here. I do like the basing on the 5-minute here to rally to continue. But again, if you're not in the contracts yet, I would be patient. I would maybe see if the 15 wants to pull back a bit more. Because for the 15 to pull back more, the 5 needs to pull back and chop. And when the 5 chops is when retail starts getting tricked in and out of trades. And that's when we want to be not getting tricked in and out of trades. We want to be waiting for that. So when in doubt, zoom out. Okay, there we go. VWAP test on Tesla. Let's say we got some Tesla calls there. Right, let's get some Tesla calls loaded up. Tesla will go a little closer in the money. We'll do the Tesla calls down here. And we'll say we enter wherever price is right now. Where does it want to fill me? I want to see that 86, but whatever, we'll say 88. See how it's very wiki right here, the options contract itself. It's because of where the price is right here, so we got to be careful. Because you see how quick it goes against us? Look at that. If we did fill 85, it just hit 75. Like, that's a tough pullback. That's why you also got to be patient. Let the candle close, right? So let's keep this activated so we're able to move that around. But that's also why options, guys, you really got to be careful with what price contract you're getting, because of how it could go against you and how fast it could go against you. It's hard to have a solid risk reward with options because of how volatile stocks could be. All right, we retested inside the range. I would even consider getting another one if anything. See if we get another one around like 82 if the candle wants to close. Sure, we'll say 81. We'll say we doubled down when we pulled back before. Right there, it gave us the pullback. How much time we got left in this 5-minute? We got about 2 minutes, so we do have to be careful. Remember, guys, not every trade works out. We also got to take market context. Let's see, ES is looking weak. NASDAQ pulling back. A lot of pullbacks right here. This would be a tough trade. This would be more of a hope trade, guys. This is not a trade you would take with confirmations. Not much confirmation here. The confirmation would be if we waited for the candle to close and it closed with a small body and a wick on the bottom. Because we don't know when we're getting in on the drop, we don't know when we're going to pull back. That's why it's good to wait for us to pull back first and then enter on the next candle. So you see, these are the entries on this if we were just chasing. I want to see how this candle plays out, and I want to see if there would be a good example of a better entry due to being patient for the candle to close. Or if this trade just wouldn't work out because we were undisciplined and entered quickly, too quickly. And see that? Look at that. See, we don't know where it's going to pull back. We don't know if it's going to pull back. Meta, though, however, came back to that key level I was looking at, too, and is bouncing. So that's an interesting area, too. Amazon as well. This was a strong volume shelf, too, right here. You could see it held up as a floor. Yeah, options contracts are very volatile, guys. Very, very volatile. We gotta be very careful when trading them. You gotta buy very small option price contracts, in my opinion, so that you could let them run against you. God forbid, because they will run against you. Like, let's say maybe another entry here, right? At like 71, because I see we're sort of stalling out down there. And I might even just like scalp one, right? Like scalp one right out on the little pullback, right? I got that one at 71. Let's get right out at 77 to close some of the gap we had from these losses, from the 85 fill and the 81 fill. It's definitely looking weaker here. But that's what it wants you to think, so let's see. Let's check out what's level 2 in time and sales doing on Tesla right now. There we go. See that? If we waited for the candle to close, we would have had a much better entry. Oh, this is level 2 in time and sales on the option. I don't like that Amazon's pushing lower, so again, I would have probably scalped one or two of those contracts, scalped out of them, because that would have covered some of the loss from the pullback. Tesla's looking weaker here now, guys. Look, this is the top of the range that I gave it. It retested it after failing back into it, and now we're going lower. So this is another tough situation. Meta's also looking weaker. It failed to hold above that key level. Would probably just stop out of this Tesla trade. It's definitely in a tricky situation. And when a stock is in a tricky situation, you don't want to be in a directional trade, especially if it could go against you. Again, gotta wait for the candle to close. That's one of my rules. If I'm trading on the 5-minute, I gotta let the 5-minute close for entries and exits. That's why I broke that rule on this candle and got stuck in a potential losing trade. And that's what happens when you don't follow your rules. So I would set a hard stop right now at like 67 on these options. Right, boom, and boom, it would have stopped out right there. It would have wicked out, right, and it's probably gonna reverse. Because it knows retail traders are taking options trades. It knows we get in and out of small little moves, small little wicks. That's, again, a reason why I would wait for this candle to close. And why it's hard to trade options contracts. Because if you're waiting for the candle to close and it starts going the opposite direction, it really, really hurts the price of the option, especially on 0 days. Looks like it wants to climb. Okay, let's check out active trader. Let's check out level 2. Level 2, what are you up to? Bids looking pretty heavy. Look at that 40 on the bid. Where was that? Let's keep jumping around. Where'd it go? 256.20. Oh, look at that push up. Look at that push up. 256.20 was a really strong spot on the bid right here, which was, look, this shelf where these wicks hit off of. So let's see if we engulf this and move higher, right? This is the trade we were looking for. We were waiting for us to break this range, come back in it, and push higher. We didn't get the exact bounce off of VWAP. That's why you be patient for the candles to close. Could have entered on the close of this one. And then look at that contract. See that? And if I was in that trade and I did set my stop at 67, it would have wicked 67, not even 66. And then it would have continued in my direction. And then each contract would have been green. And that's what's crazy with options, guys. Again, I wouldn't have, if I was in futures, I wouldn't stop out at break even like that. I would have a proper stop. Just very difficult with options. You really do need to be careful on the size contracts you get. You got to know how much you're willing to lose, how much you're willing to gain, and just go with the consistency. Trade the price action. Let the candles close. Trade the price action. All right. Hey, I'm sorry about that. So let's see Tesla. It's crazy how options work, guys. All right, look at this big wick on Meta, right? It had a big wick through the bottom of this key level, came back and it closed above it. I'm thinking we get another move higher on Meta. We have to see, we have to be careful. Got to look at the volume. I got to take that volume, this study off for equities. I like it because it does show you the volume cloud and stuff, but it's just I can't read it like actual volume wise. I can't tell if today's volume is better than yesterday's volume. I guess I've zoomed out a little bit, but nah, not even. Not even. I gotta fix up all my charts. Yeah, this market's getting too choppy here, guys. Would be tough taking any trade any direction. And again, when I'm trading equities, I have to have futures up. I have to be trading in the same direction as futures. So if I was long in Tesla and ES was selling off, I'd be wanting to get out of that Tesla. And vice versa. If I'm short on Meta and ES is going higher, I can't do that. It's just not, I can't do it. Got it. Trend is our friend. If the trend is our friend, then we just gotta stay friends with the trend, you know? Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, basic options, intro to options, webinar, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a good one. I'll help go over what Greeks are, what options are. I'm not going to go in depth into, like, option strategies, like, what's it called? Like butterflies and things that like Jeremy trades. I'm not going to go over those because those are a little more advanced. Tomorrow is going to be mainly based off of what options actually are and like naked options trading. So that'll be a good one. Look at these calls, by the way. That's cool. That's cool. What else we got? But yeah, so options. And if anybody's got any questions, you know, come prepared with them if you want. I will do a little Q&A afterwards. It'll be a good one. Oh, could one of you let me know? Could you see the links in the streams category on the Discord?
All right, Kevin, I'm out of here. Have a good weekend. All the best in the market, guys. Take care.
All right, take care, Ricardo. Be good. Peace. Like, one of you let me know if you could click the stream replay button. Do you see the link in there? I think Tesla goes higher. I think this is a really good play right here. I think this plays out really well. That's really funny. Yeah, this is a good mic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, I am going to be wrapping up our YouTube broadcast for today. It does look like that Tesla play does want to work out. Maybe I'll give it another minute because the 5-minute closes soon. But yeah, anybody have any follow-up questions, any regards, any concerns? I see the live trading stream. That's awesome. Yeah, no, Jack, I'm good. I was asking the Discord community if they see the stream replays tab. We have a new category called streams, and that's where I'm going to be putting our YouTube videos and stream videos. Oh, here we go, Tesla. Yeah, Tesla. You push higher. You make those bears scared. Scare the bear. Alright, let's see. I don't know why it's picking it up that clear. Are you right there? Alright, YouTube, take care. I hope you guys join us tomorrow. First time I've seen Bullishbrs. Oh, well, hello, Robert. Welcome, welcome. I'm sorry that you're joining while I'm wrapping it up. Robert, if you want, join us tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so we have our weekly webinars tomorrow at 6 p.m. Tomorrow's going to be on basic options and just like learning what options are and how we trade them, what 0 days options are, and the benefits and the pros and cons of options trading. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a good one. That Tesla trade doing okay. I'm getting some messages. Yes, absolutely. For sure, for sure. Yo, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to be here. I do this with our members, guys. I used to have you on Discord a long time ago. Oh, okay. Well, we're, Robert, just so you know, we're sort of revamping Bullishbrs. You know, we're getting the gears turning again, getting things moving, and we're creating a lot of new content and stuff lately, and things have been going really well. So if you want, you know where to find us, bullishbrs.com. We'd be more than happy to welcome you back into our community. It's a great community. I do this every day for our members, Monday through Friday. We also have Jeremy who does it Monday through Friday in a different room. So you have two different teachers for two different strategies. And yeah, it's a really great community to learn with. All right, YouTube, I appreciate you guys for joining me. If you guys got any other questions or concerns, you can message us on Instagram. I'm actually the person who does handle the Instagram, so I would see that. And the handle is just Bullishbrs. All right, have a great day and happy trading.